Welcome to the world of group home riches, where you can achieve financial freedom while making a positive impact on society. Are you tired of working long hours for someone else? Do you dream of being your own boss and creating a better future for yourself and others? Look no further. With Group Home Riches, you can invest in real estate and provide a valuable service by offering safe and comfortable homes for individuals in need.
The number one investment in real estate.
And start building a better future for yourself and those around you. Let's make a difference together with Group Home Riches.
How did you get into renting out the room? Was that something, did you hear people talking about that, or was it just something you figured out? And then how did you get into group homes eventually?
Yeah, so with the renting of rooms, it's all about, for me, I educated myself so much, with podcasts and all that. So it's something that I learned, another strategy, exit strategy with real estate that I knew I had it in my tool belt. I was having a lot of tools in my tool belt. So when I started losing money with Airbnb and not making a lot of profit on it, that's when I decided to use that exit strategy with renting the rooms. And I started with the renting of rooms. And even I would say that till now, I still have some Airbnbs. There are some properties that I have, I would say, like in the country that I can't really use it for the group home model. And it's, with the Airbnb, it's still working pretty good for me with Airbnb, with the properties that I have in the country area. But all the ones in the city and all that, I converted everything to the group home model. So I started doing the co-living, renting the rooms out. And then, I was just looking out for another exit strategy, something that I can generate good amount of, profit. And I stumbled upon the group home model. And I actually, didn't find you guys until just recently. When I started the group home model, I actually bought an ebook course from some guys, and I mean, I learned something out of the course that I bought from them, but I was still doing this thing. For me, whatever I start, I kind of jump into it and I figured it out. So I had already jumped into the group home model, but I was still struggling, because I didn't have all the pieces together. And I haven't even, at that point, I hadn't even, met you guys, Group Home Riches. I haven't met you guys. So I was still dabbling with the co-living and the group home and then the sober living. I was just trying to figure this whole thing out. And the program that I bought, the course didn't really give me so much. So I was still searching and, looking up for information. And then I would say around last year, I would say around December, about, 7 months ago, that's when I found you guys. And it was a game changer for me because your program was very, extensive. It was giving all the information and it helped me so much.
Love to hear it.
Don't miss out. Your journey to success begins now. Are you ready to dive into the world of Group Home Riches? Join our exclusive school group and connect with like-minded individuals who are just starting out.
The reason why we do it too. Yeah. So we love, you guys can see the gold course, which I'm guessing that's what you're talking about, right? The gold course. Right.
Yep.
So I'm just curious, I love the fact that you jumped into it while you still had a ton of stuff to figure out, but you just jumped into it. What were some of the things what were some of the gaps that the gold course filled for you?
I would say the marketing, the gold course with the marketing, how to market to get, these organizations, the gold course really, really helped me. I started connecting with the nonprofit organizations here in my county. And, because when I started, I actually finished my first house, I made it for a group home model with a sober living, but that building sat for almost a month and I didn't have any client in there. But once I got the Group Home Riches, the program, the course, and I started marketing, that's when I started getting, the calls. My phone started blowing up. And that just started, it was a game changer at that point. So I started connecting with all these nonprofit organizations and I was just letting them know. And it's so crazy that once you start connecting with them, they start asking you, where have you been all this time? You are someone that we are looking for. So it was a struggle at the beginning, jumping in, didn't know all the answers, but I mean, for me, entrepreneurship, like I would jump from the plane and I know by the time that I land, I will have my parachute open wide before I land. So that's the kind of energy that I have all the time when it comes to business.
Yeah, and for people listening out there, you know, just go back to anything you've done in your life. You learn along the way, right? So you're never going to learn everything all at once before you get going. So even with the gold course, you know, we tell everybody, our coaching clients, anybody that's got the gold course and reaches out to us, look, don't think of this as a book. Think of it as like an action guide. You know, use this along the way as you take action. And it's kind of counterintuitive, but you can see this is the beginner's guide. It's actually the first thing we recommend people do is to start marketing. You know, start finding those relationships, see where the demand is, even before you get the property, which you just jumped right in, which is beautiful as well. But why don't you talk about that a little bit? Because I agree with you. I think this is once you kind of wrap your head around the basics of the business model and kind of figure everything out, I think this is where the money's at in every business, right? Is the marketing, right? You need to find the people, and we teach you here how to, you find the organizations that are working with the people that need this type of housing. You talked about the response that these people give you. I don't know if you've ever done cold calling or anything before, like with wholesaling, right? So why don't you talk about the contrast between that and then kind of, you know, when you finally find these nonprofits that have been waiting for you, what was that like?
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, with real estate, when it comes to the wholesaling, I did a lot of, cold calls, and that wasn't easy. So for me, when it comes to the marketing strategy that Group Home Riches teaches, when you pick up the phone or when you start sending these emails out, or for me, I even sometimes drive to these organizations and meet them in person, all of the three: cold calling, emailing, driving to the organizations. Once you start doing that, I'm telling you, it was just like they are just very welcoming. It wasn't the cold calling that I used to do when I was doing wholesaling. It wasn't that. These people, very welcoming, and they are willing to work with you to fulfill whatever you are trying to do in the community. So for me, it was very easy. It was very easy. You know, once I was able to connect with this organization, even today, I had a meeting with some organization at one hospital here. And when I went over there and sat at the office and talked to them about our housing program, the housing program that I got, they were amazed. And they were like, where have you been? Oh, we had a client yesterday. We had a client last 2 weeks that was looking for housing. They were just coming out with all these just today. I went to a hospital and I was talking to the social workers over there, and you know, it was just so welcoming. So for me, the marketing, that was what I was lacking at the beginning. I didn't know of how to market the organizations and all that. But once I got the Group Home Riches, the gold course, and I saw how to market, that was the game changer. Once you start making the calls, sending on emails, the response is huge. My phone been blowing since I started marketing with the strategies that has been preached in the gold course. Every single day, my phone is blowing up. But I remember when I first started, I didn't have the gold course and the strategies to market. I'm telling you, my bears were sitting for almost a month, my first house. It was sitting for a month and I was getting frustrated. But for me, I wasn't going to give up. I was just going to find the information. It's always the information. And one thing that I've learned, information changes the situation. Once I found out the information, it just started changing the situation, and it has changed my situation too. So that was it. The marketing was the game changer for me.
Don't miss out. Your journey to success begins now. Are you ready to dive into the world of Group Home Riches? Join our exclusive school group and connect with like-minded individuals who are just starting out.